Hey guys, I'm Lauren and today we're going to be talking about, again, Much Better by Christine Riccio, our very own booktuber. Probably one of the most famous and most amazing booktubers out there. Personally, my favorite booktuber, so I'm excited. As you can tell, I don't have the book with me. I read it online, but I do have mine coming in like June. Really regretting not buying the signed edition, but it was like $6 for shipping and I was like, my money. But now I wish I did it because this is possibly one of my all-time favorite contemporary standalones. I don't know. Okay, I'll start off with my overall opinions and like a synopsis, and then I'll get into the spoilers.
But Better is a contemporary book, and it's about a girl named Shane who is going to study abroad in London, and she's tired of living the way she's been living. It's her junior year, going on to her senior year, and she hasn't done anything with her life. She has no friends. She goes home every weekend and she's miserable. So she wants to start anew by going to London.
And I'm not gonna tell you anymore. That's it. There is a male character and there is romance, so you need that, you need that. Okay. My feelings on this book are a little of everywhere. Overall, absolutely in love with this book. I was amazed. I'm so proud of Christine, like wow. But there were moments where I was like, Christine, what you doing? Like, what's going on here? I expected more, but then it's a story of growth. So it's supposed to be like that and then it grows into the more. So like everything you're frustrated about, when you're frustrated, it becomes like, okay, I had to be frustrated about that because you do stupid stuff. It's just like life where you do something stupid and then you grow and then you're better from it. It's again but better, okay? That is all I'm going to say for the non-spoilers. Go away. I did give it 5 stars on Goodreads and I wrote a little review. It was non-spoilery, but attached to my Goodreads review, I attached a link to my blog post about it, which is very in-depth spoilery, but like I had to go ham, and I did it last night. It's like 3 in the morning because this book inspires you to do things. And so I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do a blog. And after seeing Shane go through the book, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna finally do a blog. So I decided to do it. So I'll have those linked down below, and now I'm gonna get into the spoiler section because so much to discuss.
Okay, spoilers. I know what I want to immediately discuss, but I'm not going to discuss that first because there are other things. Let's try to go in order here, Lauren. Let's try.
Going into this book, I was expecting one thing, and I was expecting to read it, but okay, I've read a book, and to give it 5 stars because I was positive the writing and all would be beautiful and the storyline would be great, but it wouldn't be my type of story because I'm not a rom-com type of girl. So that's how I was going into this, like expecting that.
I wanted to read it, but I was also like, oh man, I'm not going to enjoy it because it's rom-com. But boy, did I freaking enjoy it.
I loved the beginning of her on the plane and that creepy little red-haired witch. You were not freaking out about her the entire time, like, not fishy with her, not fishy with her. I'm like, go after her. Self-kiss blocking, I'm like, girl, I'm relating a little too hard. Like, not with that because I don't self-kiss block. I just don't get kissed. It's not a thing. But I think if anyone did try, I'd be like, hey, no, God's with me, go. I would like freak out. I'd be like, So I can see Shane doing it because I'm a 20-year-old person too. I'm with her on all of that. I'm with her on being her junior year, not talking to anyone in college, not making friends. Like, girl, I feel that. I feel that. All my friends, I made them online. My senior year is next year and I'm like upset. And this just made me more upset because I've always wanted to do study abroad. I begged my mom in high school. I begged her all throughout college and she was like, no. And now she's like, you know what? Maybe. And guess what, Mom? I'm graduating next year, so there's no more maybe. It's not happening. Thanks. Love you. Basically, what I'm saying is her how to do college wrong list. I excelled at how to do college wrong, okay? Let me talk about Pilot for a second, okay? Pilot in the beginning. I was like, I was like, Pilot? The name Pilot? Come on. But over time, it grows, and you're like, Pilot. I found the entire beginning where, oh my gosh, as soon as I get here, he's a really hot guy. He wants to go everywhere with me. He wants to hang out with me and talk. That can happen. I'm just like, that's kind of unbelievable. His flirting in the beginning, oh my gosh, I cringed so hard. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Your flirting is not cute. I don't like it. But then they said that comment, oh my gosh, I'm gonna read the quote because it's so amazing.
She's talking about Tesco and she goes, interesting name for a grocery store. And he says, Shane, interesting name for a girl. And then she hits back with Pilot, interesting name for a human.
I was dying. I was like, okay, Shane, okay, you didn't have to slay him that hard. I loved Shane's interactions with him about how she was like,
Pilot. I was like, the first episode lost.
And all the lost stuff happened, y'all. I was dying because thanks to Christine, I'm an avid Lost lover. I loved hearing about her culture shock. When you go overseas, you do experience things and you're like, what the flip? Why are they doing things this way and not the correct way? I did mark that museums in London are free, so what the heck? I didn't know that. That's useful information. So every time she put like something cool, I was like, highlight, because I need to know this for my life. I absolutely loved how they had their Schwednesdays. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Christine. I just found the entire group effort thing super cute. I loved it until, you know, Pilot had to screw it all up. But you know what, Pilot, we're gonna give you a moment. I was obsessed with him, loved him, I felt it. They went to Rome, and then the whole thing comes out about,
Hey, you talked to your girlfriend, Pilot?
and what does Pilot do? He becomes the biggest jerkwad planet Earth.
I tried to break up with her before we left because I don't really want to do long distance with her. You know, it's not a big deal. We've just been dating 3 months.
If you've just been dating 3 months and it's not a big deal, then why are you with her? Because you certainly shouldn't be talking about her and your relationship that way. Cheating is like the biggest of no-nos for me. I don't deal with it. I don't like it. And if cheating happens in a book, it screws everything up because I'm either like,
Really peed off because you stuck with him. I'm like, if they don't stick with him, I'm like, yes, you stood your ground. I'm proud of you, but I wasted my entire life reading this book and there was no happy ending.
it's a very thin line you can cross. And Pilot somehow crossed it. I'm still mad at him. But it's okay. It's a little annoying. But then we hit up Paris and it was romantic. Before we know about Amy going there with him later, it was romantic. They almost kissed. The freaking bar scene. But after Paris, it kind of all turned into complete crap. Honestly, it was like, where'd you go, Pilot? You freaking disappeared and left her hanging after stringing her along. So shameless stupid to even like hold out hope for a guy with a girlfriend. But I get it, because he's a musician. And he took you to Rome, basically. Thankfully, though, Christine let us see her growing great bonds with her like dorm mates and watching her in her job grow. And I was like getting so excited for her until the parents had to come visit and ruin everything once again. When Amy walked in first, I was like, oh heck no. Like, I know you ain't done nothing wrong yet, but I don't like you because you ruined my ship. So I was upset. And then her parents walked in like, come on, Shane, why didn't you pull down all your roommates? Be like, we gotta go get dressed real fast. We gotta go grab our money. Go to your room and be like, let me tell you something. Pretend I'm pre-med. Pretend you were like, that's all you had to do. Like, you had to text Sarah. You could have texted Sarah to lie. Like, you lied and wasted thousands of dollars on a trip that has nothing to do with a major that they've spent thousands of dollars for you to learn. And I get it, because you needed to break free, you need to experience thing, and I understand that. You brave as heck. But oh my gosh, that was dirty and wrong. Pilot was so sweet trying to help her out. I was like, thank God for you, Pilot.
When Shane decided, I'm gonna quit my internship. I'm gonna focus on taking the pre-med test.
I was like, don't you freaking dare, Shane. Don't you dare. Like, you have went through all this. Just take your classes, do your internship, prove yourself to them. It was like a depressive state because you're seeing Pilot run off to Edinburgh, which they promised to go to together, run off to Edinburgh with all these other boys, run to all these places, travel, and just forget about her. And then he kind of wants to occasionally talk in. All her friends, they're doing their own thing, and she is just alone. Next thing I know, trip's ending, and I'm like,
Wow, the trip's ending? What do you mean the trip's ending? Like, no, you haven't fixed everything. What's gonna happen? Like, is your life gonna be horrible? I don't understand.
Gifts to 2017, 6 years later. I was so mad. I was like, you know what, Christine? I don't like you. Because at this point in the book, I was like, I liked it, but I wasn't, this is how I thought I would feel about the book when I went into it, where I would be like, can't really exactly hate on it, but I'm not enjoying it because it's not my type of thing. So I was really upset. Like, really upset because it got even worse. You're really kidding me, Christine. Like, you of all people should know how to write a good book. What are you doing? But she did. She knew how to write a good book. I just needed to hold on a little longer, okay? Last time we got to see her mention Pilot was when she was going to run after him at the airport, and I was like,
you are stupid because your parents are furious at you in the first place, and do you know how much a new flight is going to cost? But she did it. Dumb. I was like, okay.
If Amy tells him, is she writing her notebook because she's a jerk face? Then she tells him, and then he can figure out what to do with it. Like, come on, change. Now we're in 2017, and the shocker came. We found out she's been dating a guy for 4 years, and he proposed to her, and I was like, I know you ain't putting a new male character in this book. Let's let it be known that at this point, I clicked on the pages at the bottom to see how many pages I had left, and I somehow read that I had 100 ebook pages left. I really had 1,000 left. I was like panicking. I was just an idiot, so it's fine. She found him. I found it really interesting how they were discussing how he completely quit music and she had quit writing, and I was like, man, y'all really let y'allselves go. And how he wouldn't even talk to anyone from the group. He like completely isolated himself after that trip, and she continued to have a relationship, and I love that her and Babe are still best friends. When Guard was like,
hey, this lady dropped off this flyer,
my mind immediately flashed this movie called Unicorn Store. I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you, but it just came out like last month.
I watched it, and it's a movie about coming of age. At a unicorn store, he like gets letters telling her to come to this secret shop, and when she gets there, it looks boring. When you go inside, there's just one elevator with one button and takes you to a magical room.
So I'm thinking about that. As soon as I see the letter, I'm like, okay, redheaded lady gave it to you. It's gonna be like Unicorn Store. And they get there and it's literally one elevator. I was like, it's literally Unicorn Store. And then I was mad on behalf of Christine. I'm like,
this should have came out before freaking Unicorn Store, because it's gonna have so many parallels, and this could have been the first mind-blowing thing ever for me, you know? I mean, it was mind-blowing, but it could have blew me more than Unicorn Store messed me up, okay?
when they get in there and they see the bookish elevator and the button says rewrite.
What do you mean, rewrite? What do you mean, rewrite? Like, what can you write?
But I'm not thinking of anything magical because this is a contemporary. Contemporaries don't have magic, so I can't even go in that realm of thinking, you know? Never really got a full thought out, you know? As soon as they got in, they immediately started having the talk and I was like,
invested in the talk, okay?
he was like,
yeah, I would change things, you know, like go back. I've been with Amy for 6 freaking years, and I stood because I don't know if I'm truly happy.
you are a wimp. At least Shane was owning up to tell him, and they get in the elevator. And I'm like, something's gotta happen because they can't split on this. But I'm also in my mind like, well, the book's about to end, so, you know, something has to happen. Like, what's gonna happen? And then the elevator stops, and I'm like,
oh shoot, the elevator stopped. Redheaded lady stopped it, I know she did.
and then she asked,
remember how I asked that question about like the 3 places we would go back in time to?
and he's like,
Yeah, we said the Beatles
and
and
then she mentions
the Constitution.
and then I'm crying at this point, and she goes,
I think my 3rd would be January 2011.
as soon as it shook, I was like,
No. It's a time machine. And they go back in time. Oh my gosh.
when this happened, my mind was blue. It's still blue. So freaking far. I got on my Snapchat and I did the biggest, longest rant. I'm so sorry to everyone who follows me. She literally tricked me. It blew me away.
Christine, what the heck? Because that is not okay. I thought it was a contemporary, and you blew me away with this. Like, it changed the whole game for the book in my mind.
I was living my best life. All of a sudden, redhead lady makes sense in my mind. I'm like,
Yes.
but I'm also like,
How many pages left? What's going on?
so I go back and look, and then I'm like, oh wait, I got 1,000 pages left. So then I'm like,
Yes. 1,000 pages left. Oh yes.
like living my life. I didn't get why they were stubborn about not wanting it, and then they go to Rome, and then she convinces him not to push the button. I'm like,
Yes. My dog is even super excited. I was like, yes. Live your life here. Give it an opportunity and a chance, and they did.
she made him break up with Amy, and I was so happy. I was like, finally, give yourself enough respect. Give that girl respect to have him break up with her. So then we got like a happy romance. We got to see how perfect they were together. So much Taylor Swift, and I'm not really a Taylor Swift super fan. I kept texting my friend, being like,
Here's a song about it. She's like, Lauren, all those are from Red, so none of them are about Harry, so they're safe to listen to. I was like, thank you so much. So then I would go listen.
and then I'd be like most likely crying because I'm like,
I'm a pilot a day.
their relationship was so cute. The whole doing the duty thing, friend asked me before she got to that part, she was like,
I wonder how we're gonna get into it, because in her mind she's not a virgin, but in the book at this point in time her body is. So how are we gonna do that? I was like, well, there's something involving a shower, so something happens and they do it, that's fine.
I was living for that scene. I was like, oh my god, y'all are so cute. The ugly shower, y'all. So just watching their relationship grow, I love that so much. It just made me happy. Then they get back to like real life relationships, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, your dreams are right ahead of you. Get this right. What are you doing? I was so angry with her. And then she realizes like,
Oh crap, I messed up.
and then this is where Shane turns really freaking stupid. Found out that Pilot's an idiot who doesn't know how to break up with a girlfriend. He's a 26-year-old man. He can't break up with a girl who in this timeline, he's only been dating for 3 months. What? Pilot, where is your freaking courage? But then Shane has to blow it out proportionally. I get her being mad. She should have took a step back from him. But she was like,
We're done, we're over. Oh my gosh, I'm ruining my life.
she does get her life on track though, back with her friends and with her work and writing, and then her parents come and she tries to fix the situation, but it still is really messed up. And then she's super over dramatic, and I was mad when she pressed the button without him. He made a promise. It was really sad to see it the opposite way around this time, where Shane's going on all the adventures and leaving him behind. I was annoyed. And then when she went to Edinburgh, I was really mad because I was like, this is the second time that we're supposed to experience Edinburgh together, and someone's abandoning someone. But I was happy that this time during spring break and all that, she did stuff, and I was really happy that she finally decided to do a trip on her own, because that's growth. You're learning. It's just nice to see her realize that you can have the best of both worlds. As Queen Hannah Montana said, like, you can have a work life that you love and you can have a man that you love. But then she's like on top of Edinburgh, the crag, and she's like, I'm gonna press the button. But thank God, Pilot saves the freaking day. It was beautiful. It was romantic. I was crying the entire time. He had to pull the move. And then we get the epilogue. We get the epilogue, y'all, and it's 6 years later. And she's published a book. And it's like someone writing a blog about her, because you know that's how people are looking at Christine. Like, so I kept picturing Christine and I kept getting really emotional. I'm so proud of her. It was absolutely beautiful. And they finally give back the key to the creepy redhead lady. I love that. I was kind of annoyed because they had to hold on to it. I thought they were going to throw off the Craig, but they didn't. Proposes with the little beat of gods, and I'm like, she was like, dang it. I'm never gonna be able to beat this move because they have that move game, and I was just like, my heart, this entire book, my heart. I don't know, I just found it amazing to watch her relationships grow with her family and grow with her friends and grow herself. Loved it. Okay, there's so many things I loved. I loved all of the references to Lost, to random books like Carstairs, supposed to be Jim Carstairs, but it's Blackstairs. I was loving that, like every little tidbit. Hunger Games, Harry Potter, like The Wrecking Ball. I loved it all. It made me so warm and fuzzy because that's like things I love too, so I was enjoying it immensely. I love how she mentioned okay and changed it to lamppost, and then he kept using it in really sweet moments, and I was like, my heart. Like, there were so many quotes that I just love so much. I'm gonna read them right now because I love them, so here's my favorite quotes.
It's weird how we have to get a little older to realize that people are just people. It should be obvious, but it's not. Becoming a writer is like being lost and just having to hope to God you stumble to your destination.
My top 2, I think, favorite quotes out of the whole thing.
Is there anything more attractive than a boy doing dishes? Cute person noticing, acknowledging your existence as a human with whom they could potentially fall into a relationship?
Oh, I died at the don't order any Mexican food in England because it's bad. Don't order any food in England because it's all bad. This line right here had me cracking up.
I expel the giant breath I've been very aware of holding for the past 30 seconds.
Christine, in her old like book Q&A, her most annoying thing in books was the line,
I'm holding a breath I didn't even realize I was holding.
and she was like, now, if you didn't ever notice that, you will now. And I've noticed it every freaking book since I watched that video in like 2013. I made sure to do the exact opposite, and I loved that. There were just so many aspects I loved. I loved watching Shane grow. It was just so warm. Like, it's making me inspired to do things. Acknowledgements made me sob. I love Christine so much. I feel like I'm her friend, and I know she doesn't know me, but I feel like I'm her friend. To see her grow and to see her write something that was so touching, like, it actually impacted me, and I wasn't expecting that, and I'm so happy it did. I can't wait to get my copy in the mail. Oh, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I tried to do the Again But Better look, you know, the white and the blue, so you know, you tell I did it on my eye. I'm not good at makeup, so let's just pretend I'm 2011 Shane. So I was trying my best. Those were my thoughts and opinions on Again But Better. I know it was a lot. I'm sorry it was so much to talk about, but I just really wanted to go ham. I love a book and I get into it. If I probably forgot a million things I wanted to say, but if I did, I will update my blog and post them and my review there, so you can go check that out down below. It's reading. It's probably more compact than this is. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you loved Again But Better too. I found it amazing. Please comment down below thoughts and opinions on the books. Like, let's go into discussion because I really want to talk about it. Alright, that's all. Thanks for watching. See y'all later. Bye!